How can I pay less tax in New Zealand? This is a question that we get all the time. Now, you want to make sure that you are claiming all of the expenses that the IRD allow you to claim. But unfortunately, once you've done that, there isn't too much more that you can do. There's no silver bullet or no magic hack, but some of the ones that we see business owners conjuring up and getting in touch about are, A, I'm going to buy a new vehicle and that will bring my tax bill down. Well, unfortunately, for income tax purposes, buying a vehicle is often an asset, and outside of investment boost rules, that asset is going to depreciate. The depreciation expense is the expense that you can claim that will bring your profit down and therefore the tax, but the entire cost of that new Ford Ranger for the tradie is not fully tax deductible and won't bring your profit down massively and mean that you've got way less tax to pay. Now, the second one as well is that people think that they're going to rent something off of their business. As soon as we ask them, well, where are you going to return the rental income? They think, yeah, because that would be me that would be getting that rental income and I'm renting that back to my business. So I'd have tax to pay okay. But that's another one that pops up as well. Now, thirdly, someone goes down to the bar and Barry says, I'm allowed to claim this. Now, sometimes what they think that they are claiming may not even be what their accountant is letting them claim, but they are led to believe that they're then missing out and I better tell my accountant or I better start doing that as well. But we actually made an entire podcast for you. And it's episode number 514. Yes, we've done that many podcasts. And it's, are you claiming these expenses? It's available on YouTube and on Spotify. Go and check it out and listen to it to make sure that you are claiming all the examples of expenses that we talk about in that podcast. But Phil's favorite answer to this question of how do I decrease my tax bill? He says, absolutely no problems. We'll increase your accounting fees. Now, it never goes down too well, because then the business owner is going to be paying us more, they'll have less profit and therefore tax to pay. Yes, it is frustrating, the level of tax that we have to pay, but in business, we actually get an advantage of the types of expenses that we can claim if we're optimizing our business correctly. So you want to talk to your accountant about your business and then the nexus that those expenses have with a form of income to then see if they are going to be tax deductible. But remember, a lot of people get caught in the trap of spending $1 in terms of an expense to save 33 cents in profit. So you have to remember that 2/3 of that still coming our way is pretty good. Once we start sneaking into that top tax bracket, which is the $180,000 and above top tax bracket, which is only around 2.5% to 3% of Kiwi people anyway, then we are binning 39% of that profit to tax. That can hurt, because you feel like you're only getting 60% technically of the profit rather than 2/3 of it. And to spend 40% on tax can feel pretty brutal. And of course, some of these higher income earners, they then go and buy expensive things personally that are not involved in their business, and they've got to pay GST on those too. So the frustration of tax is real. We completely get it. But some of the principles here are that we don't want to be spending frivolously so that we decrease our tax bill, but then end up with things that we don't really need. One of the things that I really like to spend money on to decrease your tax bill legit is advertising. Now, all that's going to actually do is increase your brand presence, get you more clients, increase your revenue, and then you're going to get back to the same spot where you've got more profit and therefore more tax to pay. So one of the things that we'll often do when people say to us is, how do I decrease my tax bill? If they're not a client, we'll say, well, you can book a consult here and it'll cost you $500 and we'll speak to you about all of those ways that you can do it. That's going to decrease your tax bill straight away because you're spending money with us. Now, the problem with doing that is that they get in touch with us, we help them solve problems in their business, they become more profitable, and then they've got more tax to pay. So it doesn't really solve the problem. Sometimes it's a mindset issue. We're worried about tax when really we should be worrying about increasing our profits and making sure that we're putting tax aside, and then we can stomach the fact that we've got to give that money to the IRD. Or maybe our relationship with that tax and what the country is getting back, or what the country is getting from you contributing that level of tax. Because yes, SME business owners do pay a lot of tax. I think the largest taxpayer in New Zealand is ANZ, a big corporate that you'll be very, very familiar with. They are one of the largest taxpayers. Imagine how much their tax bill is compared to what we are paying. All right, to wrap up, we want to make sure that we're claiming all expenses that we can and ensuring that if we're buying things personally under our own debit cards or bank transactions, that your accountant knows about that if they are business related, to ensure that those costs are actually running through the business and decreasing that profit. You want to make sure that you're making use of the home office rules that allow you to claim a portion of your home office as well. You want to be thinking about assets that might be less than $1,000 that could be used to run your business more efficiently. Those are fully tax deductible. Also, if you're buying brand new assets, you may be able to utilize the investment boost rules that then bring forward some of that depreciation and lump it straight into the period in which you brought it. That could be a good way to decrease your tax as well. You might want to spend some money on advertising so that you can improve your business and increase the value of your business, and then eventually sell that business, and you'll sell it tax-free whilst we don't have a capital gains tax. But there are no real silver bullets and no real hacks, but I'm sure somebody who knows those hacks, they'll let us know in the comments below. But make sure you go and check out that podcast. It's episode number 514, where we unpack this in more detail.